You guys want me to show you a little bit about reoccurring invoices?
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't really done much with this. This will be fun. Okay. So the reoccurring piece that we have, it's under our book, and it's under subscription. It should be, what have I got? Library subscription, $15 a month. Okay. Now, what we'll do is, guess what? Let's say that Bob, that just barely bought something, or we have his customer information. Let's say that he would like one of these subscriptions. Okay. So what we're going to do is basically, I don't have any cart started yet. I'm looking right here in this upper right-hand corner. There's no cart icon. I just did a quick search for his subscription thing, and I'm going to say, one, cool, add it to the cart. And it's going to be from Amber's bookstore. Looks like she only has one thing, and I'm going to call this a customer invoice and start that cart. Okay, so basically now I just have one little item for $15 in my cart. I'm going to choose the customer, and I know that it was under Bob. There he is, Bob Jones. Assign it to the cart. Click. So Bob Jones, here's this, and I'm going to put down here in the printable notes, for the month of August. And I'm going to say check out. Click. Okay, now I have to get an official invoice kind of started. And what's going to end up happening? Let me give you the scenario here, if you will. Basically, what's going to happen is we're currently right here in shopping cart, Bob Jones, invoice, and we grabbed a little thing from here that we're calling our subscription. Okay, that's fairly straightforward, right? Eventually, we'll get some payments and we can deposit it or whatever. The cool thing is once we land it here, guess what I can do? I can then say, guess what? I've got the master. Now I just want to set this thing up so it'll start reoccurring. Okay, but we technically don't have that yet. We're still in the shopping cart mode. We just need to check out and make it a physical invoice, and then we can deal with it. So I'm just going to kind of hide my drawing tools. We'll come back here. So I'm currently in the shopping cart, in the payment information, and let's say that he actually paid through, say he paid cash. He was here, and I hit tab. It says, look, looks like I owe him $5 back. No problem. We'll say create the invoice. Here's this cute little invoice. I've got a little printer right here. Why don't I just click print, and we'll just spit this thing out as the 3-inch printer, and we'll just say print. So this little guy will just print right out. Here's your quick little invoice that you have. He's just a teeny little invoice guy. So that's what the different modes are. Do you want to go 8.5 by 11, or do you want to go like a 3-inch format? Okay. So at this point, the cool thing is I now have an invoice number. This little guy right here, this number 5, it's actually kind of important to me. Okay. Bob Jones is connected to number 5. So this is a new little relationship that exists. If I have the permissions, let's go check to see if I even do. So I'm going to go home. And I actually still need to be in the classic homepage. Like some people, when they look at the classic homepage, are like, oh my goodness, there's so much here. It depends on what your job is and what you're trying to do, okay? I'm going to look under System Assets and see if I don't see reoccurring invoices here, okay? So I'm going to do a permission. Come down here, add Edit Payees and Permissions, go. I'm going to jump into Adilas Demo. And I'm going to say, you know what, I know that this is under System Assets. And if you don't know, you literally could just scroll and scroll and scroll, but I'm going to just jump right to System Assets, and I'm going to look for one that says Reoccurring Invoices. Click. Just one little permission like that. I'll scroll down to the bottom, say Edit. Now if I go back home to the classic home page, and I click under System Assets, I now have one that says Reoccurring Invoices. So I click here and I hit go. So currently it says from 8:20 to 9:03 I currently have 0 that are queued up, nothing is ready. I would click this little guy right here. I need to create a new one. So this is how easy it is. What's the master number? So if you don't have anything, you take a little piece of paper and you just write it down. Number 5. Okay? So here's how easy it would be. Number 5. This is going to be monthly, and day of the month, do we want this to occur on the 1st, or do we want it to be on the 27th of each month, or how do we want to set it up? Okay, so let's go like this. Let's go to the 27th. Let's just say I'm going to give him, because I don't really care when these things happen, per se. Invoice 5 is the master. It's going to be monthly. I can skip this because this is only required for weekly, and I can skip this because it's only required for annual. 5, monthly 27, and so my next date is going to be on 9/27. 9/27/13, add the reoccurring item. Click. So now at this point, it's like, hey, cool, good job, good job. I'm going to go back to the reoccurring invoice homepage. Currently, it's not showing anything, but watch this. If I advance this ball to, say, the 30th of the next month, on 9/27, I have one that needs to be reoccurring. Okay, and it's very easy to do this. So like each day that I do stuff, I can come in here. Here's how easy it is. It's literally this easy. Yep, I'm ready to do that, and I'm going to put a new little printable note. Thanks. This is for October. Duplicate. Like literally, if I go like this, watch what happens. Click. I'm going to go to the invoice homepage for just a second. Here's number 5 for Bob. Watch this. If I advance this ball out a little bit and I say, guess what? Why don't you go clear out a ways? Okay, so technically I already have Bob's invoice in there because I just duplicated it. Okay, so and it's saying, hey, he hasn't paid me on this. This little flag says, hey, he owes me some money. So if I actually went to it, went printable, he hasn't paid yet. But if you have merchant processing set up in the background, that system would be a reoccurring as well. And so as it processes things, you process it in the system. We do the same thing inside of Adilas all the time. You have to create the master, and then you basically say, duplicate the master and kind of perpetuate it forward. And it kind of does it. Watch this. I'm going to go to the invoice homepage for just a minute. We're going to get to the reoccurring invoices slightly different. So now if I'm going to expand this out clear to like, say, 10:30. And I say, get it. Watch this, okay? So in 9/27, we already completed one, but already for 10/27, I've already got another one that's queued up, ready to go. So I know that we're kind of just doing this right now, but I just wanted to kind of show you the process of how it works. These things show up in your history as far as like every day when I land on the site, what I do is one way or another, it doesn't matter which interface you're in, you want to get to the history homepage. And right under here, if you actually have reoccurring, it'll let you know how many reoccurrings are due for that day. And then you click on them, and then you go click, 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 duplicate, boop, and it'll just roll through all those little invoices just like that. Virtually what it does is it copies the master. Okay? And so if you can think of that, it's really pretty simple. We do it inside of Adilas all the time. That's how we bill our clientele.
So would you have to duplicate for every month, or does it auto?
Okay, it doesn't auto anything. What it does is it does say, hey, these are the ones that I have queued up, type thing, okay? And then you get to decide, yes, 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 do it. Basically, it's somebody's job to say, but what it does is it's a reminder system virtually, like, hey, here's a reminder that I need these 20 invoices duplicated, and I already know all the values and stuff that I'm going to be duplicating. Are you ready for this? Or maybe your processing is running in the background, and then all of a sudden you get your batch report, and you're like, oh, I better go tie these back into my pieces. They're connected, but not connected, if that makes sense. It's not automated. It's kind of like a virtual reminder system, but it's a reoccurring invoice. We do it for people who do for rentals and storage and for service providers like us. A lot of people do the reoccurring invoices on that. It's a subscription type base. Awesome. We've never really, just so you know, as long as we're talking about reoccurring invoices, let's go ahead and jump back in here for just a second, and I just wanted to show you a couple other things that's kind of cool about it. You can search. We did a basic search right here. You can search here as well, and it'll automatically pull up everybody that you have, when the next action is, what's the last one. If you click on edit, it starts giving you some history. Here's where these ones were done, here's what's going on, here's what's next. Say you needed to flip this date to be oh, I actually wanted you to reoccur on the 25th. Click. You honestly just modify it just like that. It's really not bad at all. There's a couple other little things that are kind of cool. You can see your payment history for any person. So Bob Jones, if I clicked on payment history, click. Oh, on invoice 5 you paid me 15 bucks. But this will keep growing and growing and growing as you actually start adding additional payments and such. So there's tons of links and options just as far as like what's going on. This is a precursor for what we're going to be doing tomorrow, but if I click on log, so here's Bob Jones's information, okay? So if I actually click on his history right here, I can come down here and it says, hey, added a new customer, action came from the backend web portal for e-commerce because he was entered from outside, okay? And Adilas demo. Okay, so check this out. This is actually a setting. Susie Booklover is technically another person in there, but what it is it's a setting. Like, okay, anybody who does e-commerce action, who do you want to assign it to? So you could even create your own little person so that if you wanted to do a search, which of all my invoices or which of all my this came from this, like it's another way to kind of get you to that data. So anyway, it's immediately already starting to track histories. What I was going to show you is the log right here. So here's Bob's information. I can add new notes as much as I needed to. It's not a problem. Say he made a phone call or something like that. Bob called and wanted to check on his subscription and wanted to change the date to the 1st. Okay, so I can literally just log this, and what it does is on Bob Jones's stuff, all of a sudden I'm able to kind of track whatever log notes I want for this. Okay, here's his reoccurring invoice link right here because he's attached to one. I can physically go right here. I'm in edit mode. I take it, I flip it to the 1st of the month, and I just modify the saying, okay, you know what? We're going to bill you on 10/1 or whatever you're going to end up doing. Edit that reoccurring item. Sweet, I'm good to go. So if I go back to the reoccurring invoice homepage now, and I just go just to 10/1, go get it. Okay, he's queued up on the 1st now. The whole thing is kind of semi-transparent / whatever you want him to do. He's literally right there, ready to kind of play the game again. So here's my master invoice. Like it takes you clear back if you wanted to see what the master was. If somebody's reoccurring changes, like they were 15 and then all of a sudden it's 19 or 25 or whatever, you would create a new master and then you would use that one to perpetuate it forward. So that's how that works.